Covered Shabbos Kodesh again, Erev Shabbos, everybody. Thank you for joining. Able to feel the Yiras Shemayim, we feel the presence and the awe. We feel a connection to something so much bigger and greater than ourselves. We feel that connection with Hashem. And therefore our Rabbi said, Hashem said to Moshe, Matana Tova Yesh Li B'Beis Kenazai B'Shabbos Shema. I have a wonderful gift, Hashem says. You know, other principles and values of Torah, they're not just meant for the Jewish people, they're meant for the world. But Shabbos is a treasure, it's a gift. It's unique for the Jewish people, so much so that we know Goy Shabbos Chayav Misa. If a non-Jew tries to imitate or emulate, the non-Jew says, I love that idea. I read somewhere about a Jew in Shabbos. I'm keeping Shabbos. We say Chayav Misa. This is a gift to the Jewish people. The notion of rest, wonderful rest. The notion of disconnect from technology, beautiful. That's a message for the world. A sabbatical weekly. But the idea of Shabbos in terms of Melechas Machshavas, creative labor that we abstain from, that's ours. That is uniquely ours. And we know it's very painful when someone's in the conversion process. A candidate for conversion, we make them violate Shabbos. On Shabbos, they have to turn a light switch on, or they have to rip something up. There's a whole old joke, which I won't repeat now. You hold of the Erev, you don't hold of the Erev, and does that count as your Chil Shabbos? If the guy says, I don't hold of the Erev, does that count as they're not fully observing Shabbos? So, Goy Shabbos Chayav Misa, it's ours. Hashem took it out of his storehouse, his Beis Kenazai, in his treasure house, and he gave us this gift. He said, this is for you, it's Shabbos. Ma'o Beis Kenazai. Why does Hashem formulate it? Why does he put it in that way, that it's in my storehouse? What is that image that he has? So there's a beautiful insight here. Ma'o Beis Kenazai. Ach neshayir nikra otzaro. The pasuk says in Yeshayahu Lamed Gimel, Yiras Hashem hi otzaro. Amru Chazal, the Gemara Barachas Lamed Gimel teaches, Ein la lekadosh baruch hu ba'olamo ela otz yiras shemayim belvad. You know what Hashem has in this world, where he manifests himself, where he expresses himself in this world, is through Yiras Shemayim. You see, he predetermined, he dictates everything else. So much that we think is in our control is out of our control. We take our initiative, we do our best, but in the end we let go and we let God. It's really up to him. But what is up to us? What do we and we alone determine and define? Hakol b'yedei Shemayim, everything's in the hand of Hashem. How smart we are, and how short or tall we are, and how athletic, and how artistic, and when we are born, and where we are born, our DNA, our nature, our nurture, so much is imposed on us from above, so much is predetermined, so much is influenced by Hashem. But you know what's not from Hashem? Hakol b'yedei Shemayim chutz me'yiras Shemayim. Our sense of Yiras Shemayim. Do we feel his presence? Do we understand our accountability? Do we feel and embrace his love? Do we want to spend time and communicate that sense of Yiras Shemayim? Not Yiras HaOnesh, not lightning's going to strike and not some punishment's going to befall, but Yiras HaRomamus, the notion that he's awesome and he's worthy of being in awe of, that we and we alone. So since Yiras Shemayim is described as being in an Otsar in Hashem's storehouse, it makes sense that the place he went to go get Shabbos was out of the storehouse. Essentially, what it's telling us is that Shabbos and Yiras Shemayim are synonymous. Shabbos is a time that we are undistracted, we're focused, we remember what's important, we calibrate our compass, we are attuned to and we are in touch with, and we have a window into the world to come. We know what it's like for our neshama to be awake and alive, to be sensitive and aware, to live with that sense of his presence, to live with Yiras Shemayim. So it's not a coincidence. He went to Beis Kenazai, he went to the storehouse to give this gift called Shabbos. And what is in that storehouse down here on earth? Hashem doesn't hide his Hanukkah presents for us there. What is in that storehouse? What's in there is Yiras Shemayim. And that's what we tap into, and that's what we draw from, is that Yiras Shemayim. V'Shabbos shmor, it's loma yidei Shabbos yasigu osa. U'v'Shabbos tzarich sheyeh kosher v'davak b'borei baruch hu b'li hefsek. On Shabbos we have to be connected to Hashem with no barrier, no intermediary, no buffering. Rather, it's a direct, high-speed connection. True, we're connected all week long. You know what? You could have an interconnection, 3G, 4G, 5G. You could have a T1 line. You could have dial-up. I don't remember the old dial-up connection. It took forever. So all week long, we're struggling through dial-up. Because you know what? There's things buzzing and beeping and vibrating in our pocket. There's places to go and things to do and worries that we have. And so there's all this buffering going on. We can't connect because we're buffering all week long. And Shabbos comes, high-speed connection. Shabbos comes, there's no buffering. There's a direct line. There is no speed test that you have to run, but we have a direct b'li hefsek. So what's the neshama yisera? What does it mean for our soul to be awake and to be on fire and to be alive? It means, I don't know, I've for the last 8-9 months been only teaching over Zoom. other than Shabbos, which is a gift. But it's very frustrating because the Wi-Fi doesn't always cooperate. I'm at home right now, I'm in my backyard, but whether I'm in shul or wherever I am, each time you teach a shir over Zoom, you got to offer a little tefillah, a little prayer before Hashem. I'm about to press connect. Just let it work. Let it not break down. Let it not go offline. Let it not be too slow. Let it work. Every behind the bima with our guests, let it work. Let them come on board. Let everybody be able to hear their inspirational message. So all week long, we're worried about buffering. All week long, we have to fear, what if there's not a connection? What if we lose that connection? Comes the Heilige Shabbos. You can exhale. The Neshama Yisera, it's high speed. There's no buffering. There's no disconnect. There's no slow upload or download. Hashem is the source of life, and we want to feel alive. So, I'll give you another metaphor. You look at your phone and the battery's dying, and will it live and will it survive? Is it about to conk out in the middle of that phone call? Will your battery make it? Shabbos, there's no battery. Shabbos, you are plugged in. You're not drawing from a battery, and the battery's not wearing down. I don't know about you, but by Friday, the battery's almost at 0. Motzei Shabbos, your battery's at 100. And I don't just mean your phone that you left plugged in over Shabbos. I mean you. Why? Because we plug in over Shabbos. All week long, the battery depletes. But Shabbos, the battery is not relying on the battery. We're plugged in. We have all the energy and all the electricity we need. That's what it means to have an Neshama Yisera, to be electric, to be on fire, to have chiyas from the source of Chaim. And when you live with this awe, with this awareness, with this reverence of Hashem, so that is the additional life that we have. A little skip in our step, a little energy. Tragically, sadly, too many people come to the Shabbos table, they're passing out, they're falling asleep, they have nothing left. It should be the opposite. Drink a Red Bull, a Mountain Dew, have a cup of coffee before you say L'chuna Ranana, before you go to shul. Shabbos is not the time that you collapse. Shabbos is the time that you stand up, that you wake up, that you plug in, that you can exhale, that you don't have to worry about bad connection, about Wi-Fi, about buffering, about a dead battery. Plugged in, you got high-speed connection, you got a Neshama Yisera, we're awake, we're on fire. I'll leave you with, Rabbi Efrem Shor writes, along the same lines in his Sefer, he writes separately, Shabbos who is Galas Midas HaEmes. Shabbos is the revelation of the midah, of the quality of truth of emes. Shabbos hu me'ein olam haba. We know Shabbos is a taste, a window into the world to come. What is the world to come as opposed to this world? We live in an alma de shikra. This is an upside down, backward, deceitful, fraudulent world. Things are not as they seem. Things happen in an upside down way than they should. The world to come, the world of Hashem, is the olam ha'emes, the world of revelation. We saw this last week, that even in Am Ha'aretz, Chazal have a tradition, Chazal have a principle, not a tradition. It's a halacha, that even the Am Ha'aretz, even the ignoramus is afraid to lie on Shabbos. Sheker is dissipated, it's destroyed on Shabbos. Shabbos is a world of truth. We are our most authentic selves, our truest selves. So when we make contact with our immortality, we make contact with the world of truth, we have this allergy or this aversion to sheker. A person of truth, which we all are. The Neshama Yisera gives us that energy to be a person of truth. We flee, we run away, we have an allergic reaction to the lies that are before us. This is the 15th interpretation of a Neshama Yisera, is the high-speed connection as opposed to the buffering. Wishing everyone a happy and a holy and a healthy Shabbos. Covered Shabbos, everybody. A wonderful, a beautiful, a happy, a healthy Shabbos. Shabbos is coming. Here comes the siren. Almost Shabbos. Get ready, everybody. Have a fantastic and a phenomenal and a holy Shabbos.